3. Let's get it. The name is Law Nation. And as this room fills all the way up on this game day, I just want to say, hit that like button, share this content, and let the game begin. Come on, baby. Mama said, there'll be days just like this. Come on.
What more do you want from me?
As they say, one thing we all adore, something worth dying for. Come on, baby. We stuck in this game, searching for fortune and fame. Come on, baby. Good Saturday to you and you. Come on. No options. Huh. Yup. They say, ain't no party like a cowboy party. What about a Saturday Law Nation's Groove? From my studios to yours. Let's get it. Come on. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, and come on. 1. Hey, yo. All right. Give me a 1 in the chat if the audio is straight. Give me a 1 in the chat if the audio is straight. Give me a 1. And we're going to go over a few things that's rumbling around in the community, as well as, of course, we'll talk about CeeDee Lamb's contract as well. I think that Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb will get paid. It's just the rigmarole, you know. Come on, it's the rigmarole. Where my guy Riggs? Where are you, Riggs? No doubt. Riggs! Oh, my gosh, man. But we're working on a few things that's in the shadows. And I'm telling you, for the season kicking off and everything, there are a lot of people that still got the Green Bay flu. I'm going to call it the Green Bay flu. Yeah. Some people still hurt. But after this week, and then after next week, and then after that week, we have some football, some real football stuff, huh?
Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
So as we continue to talk about these things, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this going on the fast track of everything. And I want to say that this particular team, when we look at everything, we okay. At least we're going to start off with laughing. Let's start off with laughter, man. Come on with it. Let's start off with laughter. Come on with it. Don't be like this guy. Let's start off with laughter.
How does that happen?
Why is that happening, baby? So, all right. So this is why it's happening. All right. Let's play this audio.
With these Dallas
Let's
Cowboys,
go.
what do you make of all the contract drama?
Well, I think this. I think, when you go back and really watch that game against the Packers and you own a team and you see how disappointing the effort was, the fundamentals were, everything about that game was bad. I mean, look, Jerry's had a hard time getting to a Super Bowl, hasn't been to a conference championship game since '95. Here he has home field advantage, playing against a Packer team that was, struggled to beat Carolina 33-30, lost to Tommy DeVito in the Meadowlands. I mean, they were getting better, but let's not put them out to be the 85 Bears here now. So I think when you watch that game and you see how poorly Dak played, you see how poorly all the players in the team played, the high pad level, nobody getting off blocks, Green Bay kind of doing what they wanted to do. I think you can't turn around and say, oh, I'm really happy. Let me give everybody big checks.
That's the price of doing business. That is the price of doing business. Milk is at its all-time high right now. gas prices, man. You got to make a choice whether or not you're going to put gas in your tank or you're going to pay your mortgage sometimes. You know, that's how crazy gas prices are. Now, when you move in a certain way, you can't put feelings out there. Let me repeat, you can't put feelings out there when you talking about business. Not the game part. You can't put feelings out there. And I think ultimately that the Cowboys been operating in the last 3 or 4 years as it relates to since Mike McCarthy been here out of their feelings. So this is the situation, ladies and gentlemen, that CeeDee Lamb, regardless of what he looked like and performed like in the postseason, we already knew that he's one of our top tier, one of our best wide receivers on his team. And his contract was up. So what he's supposed to do is to say to everybody, mama, uncle, cousin, since I gave you an unbelievable regular season performance and somehow I was flat in the postseason, pay me only $20 million. Let that be a difference of $16 to $20 million. No. He's like, look at my total body of work, not just this one incident, and pay me. Now, Justin Jefferson, on paper and all of that good stuff, yes, he's considered the best wide receiver in the National Football League. But I challenge and encourage all of you guys to let me know what the hell did he do in the postseason to give them the longitudes and latitudes to get paid and not talk about his postseason success or unsuccess, right? So when you wait and you start talking about, hey, I'm in this business because of the feelings and the emotions, nope, you got to get out of them. What did baby boy say? Girl, I lie to you because I care about your feelings. Huh? At this point, at this time, the reason why you got to pay, the reason what you got to pay is because you waited. And that's the consequences, and that's the price of doing business. When you wait too long, if you think long, you think wrong. But let's listen to the rest of this conversation that rules the nation, baby. I appreciate everybody, man, to jump in. Just smash upon the like button. Let's do that for me. Do that for me. Baby, appreciate you.
Yeah, I don't think you can do that.
Wait, Mike. Well, you're telling me you still don't think the day after, a week after, that you need to sign up CeeDee Lamb and Micah Parsons down the road?
They're going to sign CeeDee Lamb. They're going to sign Parsons down the road, and I'm sure they're going to do something with Dak. But I don't think they have to run to the window to do it. Look, here's the thing you all miss on this Dak thing, right? Where's Dak going? Where's he going?
Anywhere he wants.
Yeah.
Anywhere he wants. Okay, but you realize there's other quarterbacks somewhere? He's not taking somebody's job. You think he's going to go to Miami and take Tua's job?
No.
You think he's going to go to Jacksonville and take Lawrence's job? That's anywhere you want, right?
You're telling me next offseason Dak Prescott won't be able to pick between 3 to 5 teams where he wants to go and get paid $60 million plus?
I think he'll have every option. If the Raiders lead a quarterback, I think he'll certainly have an option there. I think he'll have options at another team. But let me ask you this question. Why would he leave Dallas? Jerry would match the deal. Jerry's not afraid of free agency. What does Jerry care about? You're going to leave being the head of the Dallas. Oh, he's going to go to New Orleans next year. Oh, he's going to go to New Orleans next year. He'll go right there. They're $90 million over the cap already for next year.
People do what they want to do. People do what they want to do. And the available options for a team, I'm old enough to remember that the Chicago Bears originally, when they wanted to go grab, was it Khalil Mack? They were not in good financial situations. But all of a sudden, over the nights, they spent a king's ransom to go get Khalil Mack. And they was looking at it like, hey, he can be the difference maker. Who's old enough to remember that, right? Yeah, they spent an arm, a leg, a spleen, and all of that. People will do what they want to do. And the size of the contract, the bigger the contract is, believe it or not, it's crazy math. but it somehow helps. It helps. Look, for example, on a cap constructions, right? From a cap philosophy, the Eagles, and I'm only using this as a philosophy, they paid their quarterback $250 million. Against the cap, they're only spending $5 million more than what we are spending on Trey Lance.
Thief! Stop! Thief! Come back, thief!
So what will happen here is Dak Prescott will have his options. You can start naming some folks, man. And I got my guy, man, Lando. He got a nice little resume of names right here. He got the Raiders. Oh, yeah. He'll be able to go there. And for anybody to say that, hey, it's not as pleasantry or as brilliant as to play for the Cowboys with the silver and blue and the star on the side of your helmet, bullsugar. Nobody's breaking their backs and necks to come play for Dallas anymore. Yeah, you could talk about, look, we could talk about, hey, man, there's no state income taxes in here and there. It don't matter when you're making millions. And on top of that, Texas stands for taxes. It's no comfortable living out here when you got to pay kangaroo high or giraffe neck high on other forms of taxes. But Lau, you can, no. Because you get beat up and abused, not just by the 3-ladder and the 4-ladder networks playing here, but from your own fan base. That goes to the Raiders. He'll be loved. And don't get me started on property taxes out here. Shoot. Boy, don't give me, I'll give y'all a tax class. Steelers, Saints, Titans, Jets, Giants, Panthers. They'll be at the front door talking about, hey, it'll be a bidding war. Yeah, because 12-5, 12-5, 12-5 here is considered terrible because of the postseason stuff. But man, baby, shoot. 12-5, 12-5 for the Raiders. Oh, man, there'll be a parade every weekend down there in Vegas, down the strip. Yeah, they be having all type of celebratory things. And for Steelers, we already know how that goes. I ain't going to even talk about them. But 12-5, 12-5 for New Orleans, shoot, that will flip the southern regions of the economy. Don't you know how crunk? Oh, don't y'all? New Orleans never sleep. Oh, my goodness, shoot. Oh, and Tennessee, 12-5, 12-5, 12-5, shoot. For the Titans, shoot. And for the Jets, they still holding on hope. And they went and got Aaron Rodgers, and they paid a king's ransom for Aaron Rodgers. And he even got a season up out of him yet. 12-5, 12-5 for the Jets, shoot. Don't they have Fifth Avenue or something like that downtown? Shoot, they'll go crazy. They'll go flat out crazy. 12-5, 12-5 for the Giants or the Panthers? Shoot, you think Cam Newton is loved? Shoot, for the Panthers, if this dude was able to do 12-5, 12-5, I'm talking about Dak. Shoot, he'll go crazy. It will go crazy. So I don't know what he's talking about with available options that is not as pleasing or appeasing or pleasing. Yeah, that's right. Pleasing as Dallas. Come on, man. Who's saying, all right, I'm gonna come to Dallas outside of my guy Eric Kendricks, who said, he kind of weighed out his options and he said, I'd rather be a starter here than versus being a backup player for San Fran. So let me come to Dallas. But nobody's sitting there leveraging. Let me go to Dallas. Opposed to another location.
Okay, he ain't going to New Orleans. Not at $60 million a year, so you can forget about that. He's not going to Atlanta. Maybe a Super Bowl winning GM Terry Fontenot will sign another quarterback, but he ain't going there. Where's he going to go? Okay, he's not going to Washington.
Shoot.
Could he go to the New York Football Giants? Yeah.
Washington now they got the young quarterback right there, and we'll see how they look. Look, the Washington's still trying to find their other Kirk Cousins. Right? look, the Washington haven't found their version of Kirk Cousins yet. And, of course, it's high hopes for Jaden Daniel and made the other quarterback that passed away. May he rest in peace. He was there for a cup of coffee. And they've been looking for a quarterback to be sustainable. One can make a clear argument that they would have been at least more difficult to compete against if they had just kept Cousins over there. Think about this now. When did Kirk Cousins leave Washington? And when Dwayne Haskins, may he rest in peace. Let's give a moment of silence for Dwayne. All right, so when was the last time the Washington team been a threat? Oops. They've been trying to go find Alex Smith. They done found the guy with the beard, Ryan Fitzpatrick. They've been trying to go get the dude that we had, Garrett Gilbert's of the world. They've been looking for a quarterback. They haven't even came close to a Kirk Cousins. And y'all think that that's what y'all want here in Dallas? Okay, all right, cool.
But the Giants have to pay a 12% increase.
Man, that's crazy. Oh, Brian says even Carson Wentz went there. I forgot all about Carson Wentz. And low key, he was considered better than Dak. That's the craziest thing. But let me rewind just a little bit.
I know we'll sign another quarterback, but he ain't going there. Like, where's he going to go? Okay, he's not going to Washington. Could he go to the New York Football Giants? Yeah. But the Giants have to pay a 12% increase just because of the state taxes in the Garden State where I live.
Yeah.
So stop. Where's he going?
What about
Jerry's
Tampa?
going to get. Where's he going to go to Tampa? They just redid Mayfield's deal. They like Mayfield. Their defense is really good. They're just coming out of cap hell, right? They're just coming out of cap hell. Minnesota said we've had enough of cap hell. We're getting rid of Cousins. So let's just where's Dak going? You really think Dak's going to just leave for an extra $1 million to go play in Tampa?
So for
you,
you, it's not Dak's talent level standing in the league. It's more options, and he's not going to go to a worse situation.
You're the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. You were a star. You're America's team. You're going to leave that to go be a Buck? That's like leaving the Yankees to go to the Mets.
Bro, on one end, I would get it if you get grace and mercy. But on this end of Texas, he's considered by the 3-ladder, the 4-ladder, trash. Oh, he can't win the big game. Oh, man, he sucked. He choked. He's this, he's that. And even from his own fan base. Not everybody, though. But from the peanut gallery, right? He goes to another team, shoot. Hey, he be embraced warmly, And that's crazy. It won't be the subject line and the topic matter. What benefits do we get for having a quarterback that's talked about all the time outside of hate? It's just that. More hate. There's no absolute tangible benefits. Granted, you be on prime time and you will get all of the shine. But look at the cost. Look at the scrutiny. And look at the disrespect. And here's the other thing. And we're going to pull up this other thing of, hey, the quarterback should take a hometown or home team discount. For what? For us to pass by options as it relates to first day of the free agency? For us to scrape the bottom of the barrel more during these type of times? Come on with it. I can't make this stuff up. So I truly believe, why would you give someone who don't have a tangible, great spending habit to encourage them to get more money so that they can still hold players' feet to the fire? Adam Schefter said that Dak will either take a hometown discount or become the highest paid player in the NFL. I would tell you guys, ladies and gentlemen, for what? The discount was already on the table. Law, do you have any truths to this? Yes. You could have got him for almost damn near $20 million less if you took care of business when it was necessary. Anybody that ever touched contracts, whoever operated within the confines of contracts, knows this from 1,000%. And maybe the Jones family need to go to college and go under contracting 101. Whenever you get to the end of life, EOL, of a contract, you're going to end up spending either more, or you're going to have to rip that contract and you got to start all the way down to the grounds of it, which is going to cost you even more. And that's the bottom line. There's no ifs, ands, or buts around it. There's no other ways around it. That's contracting 101. And if you think I'm lying, enter into a contract and wait for the end of life of that contract and get you another contract that's going to be less. Let me know. And especially when the productivity and the production is there. Law, I'm fine with re-signing Dak, but I'm drawing the line at the no trade clause. We cannot do that again. Do you agree? This is for my guy Glenn with the no contract situation, with the no trade, I meant to say, clause on the contract. That is designed so you won't get hosed, right? And the reason why people will put that no trade clause on the contract, because of the way you operate on how you did other players. So if I'm Dak Prescott, the incentives of me removing the no trade contract off of the clause there, I'm looking at, look, I seen what y'all try to do to Amari Cooper. That spits into the face of the players. And he is saying to himself, I don't trust y'all. I don't trust y'all. It's already written on the wall. I don't trust you all. And there could be the same to be said with what we got here. The way you move is the way you lose. And the Cowboys, granted, trust me, they are willing to fight Lamb over $2 or $3 million. Come on, man. You know, let me pull this up right quick. Give me 1 second. Let me pull this up right quick. Hold on. And all of this is alleged because I haven't seen no official document, but the Cowboys are offering star wide receiver CeeDee Lamb a new deal slightly under $33 million per year via Calvin Watkins, right? All right. And then the current offer would make Lamb the NFL's second highest paid wide receiver behind Justin Jefferson, which is 35 APY. The Cowboys spoke to Lamb reps Thursday per Watkins, right? So this, I guess that is official. $33 million, right? $33 million. And you want to fight, you want to get this thing all back and forth. And I know it takes two to tango. I get all of that. But at the end of the day, we're fighting. Who we fighting over for? You know what I'm saying? Look, let's look at these contracts right here. So you willing to burn through all of this for, let's say, what's a 1 to 2 million player? We can add some players. A Damian Wilson, is he that much valuable? That's $985,000. Okay, who else on the bottom end of this roster that you willing to sweat out your best wide receiver so you won't get the best product out there? Let's see, a Royce Freeman, is he worth 1.1? Can we Chuma Edoga 1.1? So them about 3 contracts right there you can just get rid of, and you can pay your boy CeeDee Lamb, and it won't even hurt you. I don't think that the people that's watching right now will lose sleep over Chuma Edoga. No offense to the Edogas, right? You know, no offense to them, but come on, you know. So Trent Siege, we need him. He's a long snapper. But let me see who else on this thing that we are trying to burn down the whole entire house for Joshua Ball. You know, get Ball up out of here. Get him up out of here. You know, 1 million. Get him up out of here. and bring in this doggone guy named C. Dangerous Lamb. Match it up. It shouldn't even be back and forth, and this should be going back and forth right now. There's $2-3 million there. Come on, man. JV boys, if Joshua Ball got to go, Ball making $1 million. Come on, he can go. Watch the Ball family go hit me up. Lord, why you talking bad about my son? Yeah. And somebody else on this list, man, they can get to going, man. That's all we're looking at is the cap. Come on with it. Shoot, we can get rid of some of those guys, man, and just go ahead and pay your top dogs. There's casualty in every war, and that's just how it goes. Low man, you out. But to sweat over $2 million, come on, man. Yeah, make some room for him, Yeah, NFL is the business, yes, indeed. But I ain't finna look. If he's my top stud, if he's my top doggone dog out there, then I'm gonna try to make my best business to make sure that I keep accommodating him. I keep things moving freely and smoothly because we're not finna go into a war with half of the weapons. No way. I'm getting it ready. Yeah, you're two sides to every glory hole. Boy, y'all crazy. But let's listen to this audio right quick. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. And this is not saying that these other guys that don't matter, but you got to get your priorities together.
Player in National Football League history, because that's inevitably what he's going to become whenever he signs his new contract. He will be the highest paid player in NFL history. The question is, how much is it going to be, when is it going to be, and where is it going to be? And if Dallas doesn't get the deal done at some point this season or shortly thereafter, it'll be no time at all before Dak has a new deal somewhere else as the richest player in league history. Dak should be smiling, and he should feel great about it, because either the Dallas Cowboys step up and pay him and he agrees to take some type of hometown discount, or he faces the prospect of hitting the free agent market to become the highest paid player in National Football League history, because that's inevitably what he's going to become whenever he signs his new contract. He will be the highest paid player in NFL history. The question is, how much is it going to be, when is it going to be, and where is it going to be?
No doubt. Where is it going to be? So my thing is, and I get it, man. Hey, this stuff get the Cowboys' name good and going, right? It get the name good and going. And y'all saw those people that's watching right now, you guys got a chance to see how it went from, hey, he ain't worth $40 million. Oh, he ain't worth $45 million. Oh, he ain't worth $50 million. He ain't worth $55 million. Oh, man, Lord, he ain't worth $60 million. You got to be out your cotton picking mind. Oh, and now it's, hey, 65. That joker, when I heard 65 leave somebody's mouth, I'm saying, boy, y'all out your cotton picking mind. And all of a sudden now it's 65. It's 65. And my guy, who does a great job, and I think he's always on point with things. Let me see if we can bring this in right quick, baby. If you think long, you think wrong. That's just how the process is, Hey, it's across the board. It's across the board. Let me get this going. My guy, Clarence Hill, he was on the show with Colin Cowherd. He said the baseline for Dak is $55 million. He's not going to take a bad deal. Right. He ain't going to take no 45. Yeah. And then you can't use playoff stuff because you got Tua out there, you got Law out there. To a degree, you got other players that's out there that didn't win games in the postseason. And repentance. Shout out to your Kyle Turner. Y'all crazy. Repentance says 65 is too damn high. And I remember and I recall and we revisit and we understand that 65 is too damn high, 60 is too damn high, and as well as 55 is too damn high. The only way that you can get in front of this repentance, if you got to pay early. Let me use this story because it's a tangible story. Had a friend of mine making good money, mid to high 6 figures money, good money. seek to buy a house in Plano, Texas, had the money down, had the plot of land already squared out and everything. And the house and the value of it was $585,000. This hero waits one more year. That house is now worth $928,000. What happened within a year? The house value is still the same, shouldn't it? They didn't move the toilet to another side of the house. It didn't become all of a sudden from a 4-bedroom house to a 6 or 7. What happened? Can somebody put down in the chat what happened to that house? It's in the same spot. Less than a year, it done jumped to $928,000. It went from $585 to $9. How's that even happen? What's going on? J-Rod said, I'm sorry, Law, but Dak isn't worth $55 a year. He hasn't done in the playoffs. The same for that house. That house stood right there. I'm country. That house stood right there. It didn't do anything. But all of a sudden, that house went from $585,000 to $928,000. How come that house value went up? It didn't win a playoff game. It didn't lose a playoff game. Hey, the weather didn't change because it's always hot in Texas. So what happened? I need to know. Can somebody let me know what happened? Somebody else got signed. Somebody else bought a house. That's what happened. It went into a bidding process. Somebody else bought that house, and somebody else bought that other house. Another community was built. Now all of a sudden, that house is a few thousands away from being $1 million. There you go, Dre. Somebody who passed and made it out of life in school. The market value went up. Now, granted, my guy, he can wait. True story. He can wait for the value to go down. But I'm going to tell you, y'all, that value of that house and that plot of land, it probably would never see $585,000. It probably would never. Come on, man. School district, tax inflations, come on. The quarterback market is the same way. It's the same way. Until the Jones family understand that, we're going to continue to be in the same situation. Well, I'm waiting for the leaves to fall. Well, you should have been shaking that tree for all of the leaves to fall. But you waiting that game, you gonna pay more. These boys know it. They know it. They got to know it. Ain't no way you become a billionaire by mistake. And guess what? I ain't flexing around here. But those who already got their homes, and we looking around here, and I look at my report, and I look at the equity that I'm getting in my house, I say, good Lord, I'm glad that I already got this house at this particular rate. All I can do is just sit there and wait till I'm old and gray. I cash out on this one. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm winning. I'm winning. Those who bought that house when it was $585,000 or before that time frame, guess what they are doing? Y'all put down in the chat, they winning. Yeah. Come on, man. Come on. We winning. Yeah, we winning. Just gotta wait it out. Yeah, I get mad here and there. Oh man, got an increase in property tax bill. Escrow, there's some thieves over there. They're gonna escrow people. But hey, I'm looking at this report. Oh, okay, all right, cool. And I'm moving furniture around. If I'm in a market, and the housing market is now $985,000, right? And we let somebody in the community sell their home for $400,000 or for $500,000, or we let 2 or 3 houses go for that much, shoot, we moving furniture around. We veto it. Oh man, we gathered together. We're saying, oh, if you selling this house at that particular rate, we'll buy it. The community will buy it before we let you sell that house at that rate. And that's, my friend, is the same thing that these agents are saying. Dak, I get you. I get you. We understand that you, my friend, would love to take this hometown discount. But we as a committee of brotherhood and the Bohemian Grove and the Illuminati and the and the reptilian people, we can't allow that to happen around here. You know, we are not finna let that happen. No. For the brotherhood, you know, for the secret society handshake of the quarterbacks. We're not finna allow you to take a contract for $35 million APY or for $40 million APY. Nah. Yeah. CJ Stroud, Tara, appreciate you. Says he playing his second preseason game. He's young. He got to see the field. Yup. Shout out to CJ and them. Let the other teams do that. Here's the problem. Chris Blunt, and I get exactly what you're saying. When you got somebody by the short hairs, you got them by the short hairs. The only way that this could all panned out, if Dak had no trade clause and Trey Lance came into the scene, first preseason game, instead of being 25 for 41, if Trey Lance would have walked in there preseason 1 and went 40 for 41 or something like that, 400 yards, a running touchdown, oh, the temperature would be different. And the game is in Vegas right now. If I'm Jerry, you got to hope and pray that when Trey plays tonight, that he could be 40 for 41, 40 for 40, right? If he could be 40 for 40, dog, if he could be 25 for 32, 285 yards, 300 yards, 3 or 4 touchdowns, a running touchdown, yeah. You can say, yeah, Dak, yeah, you had us for a second. Boy, you had us, you squeezing us, baby. Yeah. But, man, we got Trigger Trey in them, man. And we got Cooper Rush as an extra backup. That's the only way. But you don't know what Trey really is. And you already got an assumption of a collective reasoning of who Cooper Rush is. That's the reality of it. There's not up for debate. That was the game plan. And it backfired. Now, we as good Cowboy fans and good people, we embrace all of our players. We rooting for Cooper Rush to be successful. We rooting for Trey to be successful. And we rooting for Dak Prescott to be successful. Collectively speaking. We are not wishing any illness or any harm or injury to anyone. But that's the only way that this ultimately can work. That's the only way. So that's just how it goes, man. This train gonna keep on rolling. Let me pull it up right quick. Come on with it. Let me see this right here. I wish I could play the song. The only other way this will work. Shout out to my southern people, y'all, if y'all know. it states, "Keep on rolling." Song by King George. Yeah. If you want to leave, go ahead and leave, baby. Because one thing that I found out, that I have one woman, I gotta have three. One woman just to hold me down, one woman just to lift me up, oh yeah. And I got to at least have one woman on the side that really don't give a F. So, in the words of King George, he ain't worried about someone leaving. But when you don't have the woman to hold you down, and if you don't have the woman to lift you up, and if you don't have the woman to give an F, you ain't got nothing. And the Cowboys don't have that particular situation going for them. They don't have that option. Darius Fliphouse says, "One monkey don't stop no show." Come on, baby. So if you want to leave, baby, go ahead and leave. You know what I'm saying? We don't have that. We don't have that. We don't have that capability to ask for these type of things. You know where we are at right now? And I'm not trying to beat her up because I think she's a very beautiful soul. We are at the area of Vivica Fox. You see, Vivica Fox, about 10 to 15 years ago, shoot, you breaking down some doors to get there. But Vivica Fox, now you're sitting there like, oh, well, hey, LA don't feel that bad now. New Orleans and them, man, they don't look that bad now. And I'm not beating up Vivica Fox. I think she's a beautiful soul, but I'm just using that as an analogy. You can't be still moving around like you still the Vivica Fox of what you thought you was. You know, I'm just saying. So the adjustment needs to be on the other side. You don't have those options no more, Jerry. Quarterback purgatory. Yeah, well, hey, at this point, that's the thing that they decided. Because here's the reason why a lot of people fail to realize. my guy says, taking husband applications at 60 is crazy, Law. Yeah, that is crazy. You waited too long. And she waited too long, that's on her. You know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh, man. Oh my God. Oh, buddy. Action Pal says Daniel Jones at midseason form with a pick six. That's just what it is. Yeah. Hey Lance, it just hit people hard right now. Hey, but shout out to Vivica Fox. I'm not beating up Vivica Fox. I really like the Fox. But neither here nor there. I would tell you guys that the Daniel Jones that people see, yeah, JC, I'm clearing it up, man. Yeah. JC, I'm clearing it up. I'm clearing it up right now. See, I put some cover over it because you know what I'm saying. I ain't trying to beat up our queens out here. But sometimes you got to know where you at. That's just all I'm saying. What people see out of Daniel Jones is what the 3-letter and the 4-letter network believe to be who Dak Prescott is. And the problem is that those particular people that states that Daniel Jones is better than Dak are the same people that's trying to express the fact that these are the things that we are seeing even in training camp with the ones that we have here. And it's so crazy that these are the things that we up against. And to be fair, I get it. I understand it. The hate, the shame upon things that people would say.
I'll take Daniel Jones over Dak Prescott 100 out of 100 times.
You see how that goes? They give people like this national attention. Let me play it one more time so y'all can see this.
I'll take Daniel Jones over Dak Prescott 100 out of 100 times. And I think most people would agree with
You think most people would agree with you?
Most people would agree
Based
with
on last year,
based
I'd
on-
agree with you,
based
but
on-
over their careers, no, I wouldn't. I don't think
Based
anyone
on the
would agree with you.
projection of where both of these players are going.
Law, you hell. Yeah, I try to be, you know. So who still want Daniel Jones? Oh my gosh. And that's what we've been up against, man. But speaking of that, ladies and gentlemen, you yourself can be in a better situation if you sign up with Prize Picks. You could be in the mix. And signing up with Prize Picks, I can tell you this right here. We got unbelievable promos and things like that, so you won't have to be stuck with a Daniel Jones. Come on, baby. So when you download Prize Picks, use promo code LAW. $100 of your first $100 deposit will be matched. So you put in 100, you will look back and you'll have 200, and you can make your picks and your selections from there. And we got the Mighty Mouse picks, not 10 times to pay out, but 12 times for your mind to pay out, and they can auto pick for you. So all you have to do is download Prize Picks and then use that selection code LAW for those deposits to be matched up to $100. For example, on my payout, you know, it got my whole government name of there, Lawrence, but y'all see it. We were able and manageable to get 100 and let me see. I got two guys right here. I'm going to say pause on that other word here, but let me save right here. Copy. And now play. I want to share this because I got two kickers down for my flex option with $50 power play to get me $150. So you can do the same. Just download. Hold on, we got some news. Hold on, got some breaking news. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Boom. All right, so it is confirmed that Mozzie will not play today. I had to make sure I read that. So Mozzie, according to John Machota, Mozzie Smith will continue to fight his recovery, and he will not play today, according to, and now it's spreading around everywhere. Okay, good. So we kind of talked about that last night. Let me just pull this up, and shout out to all of you guys. Thank y'all for y'all support. Here we go right here. So it's updated. Cowboys defensive tackle continues to recover from an allergic reaction that he suffered on Friday. Somebody gave that man shellfish afternoon and will not travel to Vegas for tonight's preseason game. Now, we talked about this earlier. And I would tell you, man, you know, if you guys got anything to do with allergies and being allergic to stuff, you can literally, you know, die from some of those things if you're allergic to something, you know. But it had to be a terrible allergic reaction. It had to be a terrible one for whatever it is, right? But normally, and I'm just speaking normally, because, you know, I've been around with people with some allergic reactions. That stuff is down within 7 to 14 hours. Give it some Benadryl, slow drip, go to, and I know they got thousands of dollars. They can go give them some, if it's that type of allergic reaction, you know. But, you know, hope all is well. Brandy says, Law, I sent you a super chat. Let's see what you say, Brandy. What'd you say? Oh, Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones is Tiki Barber High. I don't know. I'm trying to decipher that, Brandy. So, Mr. Jones is Tiki Barber High. Like break it down for your boy. You know, I'm trying to comprehend what you're saying. Yeah. Garcia says probably got a drip for the hydrations. Yeah. Mozzie wears Mozzie pads. Yeah. Wait a minute. I know where you're trying to go. I know what you're trying to say. Yeah. But let me play this audio. Come on with it. Appreciate everybody, man. Let's play this. It's somewhere around here. Let me listen to this guy.
What's the number with Dak that is good? It's great money for Dak, but it doesn't hamstring the team.
Well, I mean, I think that
it might be low.
What Tom Brady
it's
did
low.
and what Mahomes did, they're one of one. Okay, they're one of one.
Kirk Cousins didn't do that.
Okay, but that's a different era.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're one of one. I mean, Joey B is getting paid top money, and their receiver wants to get paid. The quarterbacks owe it to themselves, owe it to their families to get as much as they can when they can, because careers are short. And Mahomes' deal is going to get fixed and fixed again. I just think he signed a bad deal, if you look at the real numbers. But the baseline for Dak is $55 million. There is talk that he could get 60 or more on the free agent market. So what's the happy medium? What is amenable to both sides? The Cowboys want to sign Dak. Dak wants to stay in Dallas, but Dak's not going to take a bad deal. He's not going to take a lesser deal. He owes.
All right, so I know the audio is a little low on that, but you had to turn it all the way up to hear what he said. Basically, he's saying, I don't think that Mahomes' deal was a bad deal, but it's a deal. Hear me out. That the team and the ownership jumped in front of. Remember the example that I gave with the housing market, right? The guy jumped in, supposedly it was $585,000. It would have been a situation whereas he jumped in early and got it at $580,000 opposed to waiting 1 year late. So what the Chiefs did is ultimately they knew that that's who they want. They knew that they can go all in from a contract base with that. And that's why that deal worked. By the Cowboys not having that type of, let's say, an approach to Dak Prescott in that way, that deal wasn't going to be workable. Why is all of this happening? If the Cowboys were to approach Dak Prescott at the end of 2018 and said, hey, we got a 10-year deal and we're going to give you this money up front and we're going to do this and do that, then quite frankly, things would have worked out to its best, like a Pat Mahomes. But by them waiting and not offering those kinds of deals to this particular team as it relates to Dak Prescott, you have resentment. You have the I don't trust you approach. You have stipulations, whereas now I put no trade clause on my contract. Now you have the other additive aspect that, hey, I got no franchise tag on my contract. Because that speaks that I'm putting boundaries around me because I don't trust you. So when you have those things on a contract, it is just that. Daniel Jones with his second interception for the day. Oh, Lord. So that's why you got that. But let's get back to this conversation right here.
He owes it to his family. He owes it to other quarterbacks to have a good deal. Now, how do you marry the two before the start of the season? I don't know. I know Dak told us yesterday. He was very encouraged. They've had good talks. He feels good. He feels confident. They will get a deal done. But until they get a deal done, there's this talk. There's going to be this speculation. Again, you have to do right by Dak because he has free agency in the back pocket. He unrestricted free agency is staring him in the face with untold millions coming from the Raiders or whoever else that will make him the highest paid quarterback in NFL history. So it has to be a good deal.
It had to be a good deal. Yeah. It had to be a good deal. So, yeah, and Dak delusional fan with more excuses. Dak is no Mahomes. Jerry don't believe in him. Right. So, and everybody are their own individuals. Right. So, and that is all dismissed too. Law, do you have any truth to this? Yeah. When you lined up Dak Prescott and Pat Mahomes, and you look at how they played against teams, because that was the situation. That this is the situation when they both played against teams that's above 500 last year, because they say that this particular quarterback only beats bad teams. So when you take the bad teams up out of it and you look at only the good teams, you see that these are the things. 66.4 completion percentage, 2.8 touchdown to interception ratio, 267 yards, and a 60.2 QBR. And then you do the same comparisons and analysis of the teams that Pat Mahomes played in. It's definitely very similar, but a little lower. Now, the first line of resources people would say is pull up the playoff tapes. Well, I encourage you guys to look up the Kansas City Chiefs running backs or what they did in the playoff, and let me know when did their running back average 2-point yards per rush. Let me know when the defense is not able to get turnovers and takeaways. Let me know who's a guy by the name of Chris Jones. Let me know what Snead did to Tyreek Hill. See, a lot of people have amnesia. It takes a complete team to win games, not just one individual. But Pat Mahomes is the gold standard. But beyond Pat Mahomes, there's not a Pat Mahomes on every corner, is what we are trying to tell y'all. That's just one Pat Mahomes. There's not 31 other Pat Mahomes out there. And in the last 5 to 6 years, on players that won the Super Bowl as it relates to quarterback, there's now only 2. Pat Mahomes and Stafford. Everybody else is still looking up. So when we ask you guys, what do you want? And people say, I want Pat Mahomes. Well, he's not available. That's the Chiefs situation. That's what they worked out. That's ultimately who they trust. And that's why they got in front of a contract and gave him that contract. So you got to deal with what you got. I want to go to work. I need a car, Lord. Yeah. I'm praying for a car. Well, hey, I want an Aston Martin. I want a Ferrari. Nah, right now, you got that Honda Civic. That's your car. You bust chops and you get to work. Make it happen. Well, I ain't driving till I get that Honda. I'm not driving till I get that Ferrari. Well, that's on you. Get to work. Yeah, we could have always have a Daniel Jones. Ain't that right, Brandy? I like that one. Yeah. We could have had a, yeah. Yeah. Daniel Jones throwing pick sixes left and right. Yeah. Cowboys by nature says Dak Delusional is a Kansas City Chiefs fan. He supports their quarterback and he wished Dallas was the Chiefs. Delusions go, fan for Kansas City Chiefs football. Yeah. Put it like this. The Kansas City Chiefs can win 10 straight Super Bowls, and I still support my Cowboys. I'm a diehard Cowboy fan. Whatever the hell they are doing, good for them. Kudos and credence. They can win the next 10 Super Bowls, and I'll still be repping silver and blue. Right? At the end of the day, those who are saying that, hey, they like what they're doing, I get all of that. But a realness is right here. At the end of the day, we are Cowboy fans. There was no shot of a doubt that Dan Marino threw a better ball than Troy Aikman. Jim Kelly's stats blows Troy Aikman's stats out of the waters. But Troy Aikman got 3 Super Bowl rings, not because of the skill set that he had by himself. It's because of the team around him. And those low IQ people would never understand what I just said as it relates to football. It's a team situation. It's a complete team situation. Don't y'all know what Emmitt Smith did for us? Don't y'all know what Michael Irvin did for us in the postseason? Are y'all aware of what type of defense that we had? The team that y'all say that y'all love and like. Don't y'all know, even if you go back to Roger Staubach days, what was the name of our defense? Can somebody put it in the chat? And for y'all to think that we had the same defense, I got land on the moon for sale. But it's the fickle fans that got the loudest voices at times. What was the name of that defense that we won with? Doomsday, exactly. So where was our doomsday last year in the postseason? Where was it? And look, my guy, Roger Staubach, is considered one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever live. And he's still living, by the way. And he needed the doomsday defense to win Super Bowl. Make this make sense, ladies and gentlemen. But y'all go around here and thinking that we had doomsdays with us. Y'all to the belief, who was the running back when we won Super Bowl? Any year. Any year we won Super Bowl, who was the running back? I need to know. I want to know. And let me know, where would Tony Pollard be entering into the room at as it relates to those running backs that we had? Huh? May he rest in peace, Dwayne Thomas. Yeah. Shout out to the Thomases too, though, by the way. Dorsett, Emmett. Come on, man. Y'all think Tony Pollard was running like that? Come on, man. But people that don't know history and don't understand football or don't understand who and what is going on will always put the blame on one individual. How many years did Tom Landry coach for the Cowboys, ladies and gentlemen? And as great as he is, we have 2 rings. It's not easy winning the Super Bowl. It's not easy winning the Super Bowl. Damn near 30 years and 2 rings. Should have had 3 of them, but, that's a whole nother storyline. Could have had literally 4, but that's a whole nother story. Yeah. But 2 of them. It's not easy. And people think that we can weeble wobble in when you have strife and you have all of this distrust, no trust basically, with Mike McCarthy. Is this Mike McTeam? Is this Dan Quinn team? And now is this Zim team? Is this Mike McTeam? Is Kellen Moore going to run it? Oh, we got rid of Kellen Moore. And the expectation, hey, first year install, we win in the Super Bowl. It don't work that way, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Boy, we rolling, baby. We rolling today. Appreciate everybody for jumping in. All right, so I know for sure, we got 3 more episodes today because, I'm a grinder guy, right? We're going to have the pregame show. And we're going to have the play-by-play show analysis if possible. And then we have the postgame show. So what I'm telling y'all, Y'all in for a good treat today because I'm going to give y'all some good work. But what I want to do is on the front end, if possible, because it's 12:47. It's 12:47, and we're going to try to get the alignments up. I want to know your thoughts. I want to know your concerns heading into the game and who y'all looking for. And what I try to do for this channel is bring value. I'm not arguing at you guys, but I want to know your takeaway about things. 657-390-7391 is the hotline for your mind. So this is therapy to those who looking for solutions. We got to understand that this is the horse we riding in on right now. 4 is your quarterback, and right now we in fisticuffs fighting to who's going to be our number 2 quarterback. Will it be number 10? Will it be 19? But I'm telling y'all that regardless of the situation and scenario, we are paying way too much money for our backup quarterbacks, regardless of how you look at it. Too much money. For example, I'm using them only as an example. Last season, the Eagles paid $5 million to a damn running back. They gave them close to 1,000 yards, if not 7 to 8 touchdowns. His name DeAndre Swift. And we're fiddle-faddling around with a quarterback that may not even get any touches. In a game, we paying that much money for a backup. The resources that we are using for is not tangible enough for us to get the results that we're looking for. I think that even on the defensive side of the coin, tonight will be an underlining factor of what we do in the secondary. Carson's been hurt a little bit. I think he's been dealing with some wisdom teeth. You know, I hope he didn't outspit his wisdom teeth, right? He's been dealing with wisdom teeth, so he's not going to be available, I don't believe. You don't want no dry air pockets to get in there and pass out on the field or something. So maybe they give Booth a shot, and maybe we see Bland in this game. If Deuce get a chance, Ray, I'm be looking at Deuce for real. Lil File, he's one of the guys. Cooper Rush, yeah, we be looking to see what he can do. Here else we have. Let me just make sure. Yeah, Forrest's been living in delusional head. I feel you though. You know, from the 206, you in the mix. Brought to you by Prize Picks. Come talk to me, fam. What's good?
What up, Law? How you doing, bro?
Man, doing great, man. Can't complain at all, bro. What you got?
I said, let me call you before I do my class, my Sabbath class.
No doubt.
Man, you make good sense. Jerry Jones, like you say, Law, I'm a Cowboy fan before Jerry. So I don't care about Jerry Jones.
Yeah.
That foolishness with CeeDee Lamb. He could have been a son. You know, everybody get mad at that. But you make sense. I ain't trying to go back. I'm trying to keep forward.
Right.
You got a chance to win. We might hate him. Oh, he can't win. No, I don't want to hear that. You give the man the right defense and give him the right, like you say, run the damn ball.
Yeah.
And start putting all this pressure on his quarterback. Then you got a chance to win. You know what I'm saying? So I'm tired of this foolishness with the Joneses. The Minnesota receiver, when he sat at 35, he should have been, okay, CD, we're going to give you 34, and bam, 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 and it's over.
Right.
That quick.
Well,
I mean, you know what I'm saying? But you want to, and you think it's funny, and I keep telling you, I'm not trying to bring politics in it, but he acting like Donald Trump to me, man. And I lost it. I do not like this guy. He's Donald Trump, number 2. He try to be slick, try to be cheap, and you just try to be funny, man. I'm sick of this dude. So, sign damn CeeDee Lamb, sign Dak Prescott. Then you should sign Micah Parsons right now, too. Get him all over with, and then everybody else, because he's trying to be cute. And he'll sign a player like me and you and give us $10 million. Thank you. And think it's funny.
Right.
And then we can't even give you no good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what he tried to do with them other guys. And I'm glad them other guys got their money.
Yeah.
But he be trying to be slick by trying to play I'm a sign. Oh, let me get this quarterback. And let y'all know, they brought a quarterback in camp that was better than both of the quarterbacks. What you call was shot. That practice remember that happened. They needed somebody to throw. They brought that quarterback off and brought him in for the throw. His arm was better than Cooper. I mean, his better.
Hensey? You talking about Hensey? I think it's his name. I think that's
some guy they brought in.
Yeah, Hensey. Yeah.
Throwing dimes.
Hensey. Yeah.
I'm talking about, and he was good, and he was better than your boy Trey Lance.
Well, at this point, man, when you're strapped for cash, you're paying $2.4 to $5 million on the books for your quarterback, backup quarterback, and then you're paying another $5 for your other quarterback. You don't have time to spend more and more money. I get it, because you only have so many reps, and that's why they couldn't bring in. From what I was told, that's why they couldn't bring in another quarterback, because they're still trying to evaluate 19. That's what's going on.
Yeah, and everybody acting like 19 is not the damn same. 4 years, it might take him another 3 years to get it. We almost. Some of us might be gone by then.
Here's the thing. I'm not beating up Trey. I think that Trey do have high upside. But the problem is we don't have the upside of the year on the contract, because both of those boys going into their final year, all three of those guys going into the final year of the contract. So you can't really make that investment like you want to, Yeah.
And it's a smack in the quarterback's face.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell y'all something, man. I'm going to tell you all you Cowboys fans something. The dude loved the Cowboys, Dak Prescott.
Mm-hmm.
Guys hate on this guy. They did the same stuff. I ain't trying to compare them, but that was when they did Kobe Bryant like that. And then he's a lion. You know what I'm saying? That dude, Dak Prescott, is a lion. He ain't won nothing yet, but the guy's trying. Who quarterback still go to practice, he's not even tripping because he's still going to get his money. But the guy, he could have did like the Baltimore quarterback. The Baltimore quarterback don't even go into camp.
Yeah, you talking about the time. See, here's the thing, though. The difference is between those two, and I get what you're saying, too, because I think that he had restrictions on his free agency, and he had choices, whereas other teams, like if they were to take a shot at Lamar, they would have to match, whatever the Ravens were able to do, and they had a lot of cap space. So that's why they were able to do that. But the problem is, but the thing is, what's in Dak Prescott's favor, hey, I get paid $55 regardless. I didn't have to hold out. Yeah. So that's why he was able to do that. Now Jordan Love, reason why he said I'm not going to practice to do anything, he didn't have 55 to sit on, So that's a different of situation there. Yeah.
And Dak get $4 million.
40 next year.
He's guaranteed $95 million. So he's set. He's not even tripping. He already said he'll take a discount. He's not even thinking about 60. See, you dummies keep trying to bring up 60 to this man. He's not even thinking 60.
Yeah.
He said, hey, just pay me what I'm worth. He'll do 56 or 57. That's what I'm thinking.
Right.
He do that deal with this dude. Bam, it's done. 4 years. And then, they're not even telling y'all, he only do 4. He said he even do 5 to spread it out. So he's working with the Joneses. But the Joneses trying to be funny. They disrespecting the dude like he a bum. The fans disrespecting the guy like he a bum. And it's going to backfire. Y'all going to get what you deserve.
Yeah. And the only thing is, before I let you go on this, though, bro, the only thing that I'm kind of like, okay, if you're going to sign CeeDee and Dak anyway, why put us through all of this? You could have signed them earlier, right? Whatever deal you give them, and we'd have had more and more resources to go ahead and focus on Parsons right now, and then bring in more weapons to the table. You had the option right there. Yeah,
he's trying to be slick.
Right.
Said, no, we signed too fast. Them damn fans know we got money. And y'all put him at his game. All y'all.
Yeah.
He try to be slick because he know he could. If he signed all them dudes quick, it'd have been y'all would have said, man, get this player, get this. He didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
So he's doing it. This guy's so goofy, man. I'm sick of this dude.
I appreciate you, bro, man.
Shit.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Yeah. Let me hear you say
How about them Cowboys? Let's go. and that defense is going to be a top 5. I'm saying it right now.
No doubt,
Salute.
no doubt. No, good call from him. I just want to say this, like, what we're saying is basically we're not saying that the Cowboys are doom and gloom, but what we're saying is that they could have had more resources and being able to really tap into even higher tiers of players to help us get over the hump. It goes to this like hand to foot, like when you really look at everything, you need your feet to walk and you need your hands to hold objects. And the Cowboys, in my opinion, they just been working this thing without a sense of urgency. And we know for sure if you change a few things, that getting over the hump thing would have been happened. Because, look, I ain't going to go into too many details, but it is what it is. Let's go to the next caller from the 214. Not 4, but 4. Darius, you're live on the Nation. Brought to you by Prize Picks. You in the mix. Talk to me.
So you already know. Look, you can you hear me? Is my audio pretty good?
Man, you great, man. You sound good over the mic, man. People can hear you and everything. Yeah.
Okay, this is it. What I wanted to tell you was two that number one, before I say anything, I want to say I like Dak. I believe in Dak. I believe he can win the Super Bowl.
Right.
I believe if he was with Kyle Shanahan and in Kyle Shanahan's system, Kyle Shanahan would have already had about 2 Super Bowls by now. But the 49ers can't get their quarterback right, so that's why they keep losing Super Bowls. That's the only
kudos and credence to them. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that's been saving our ass with that. Like, he gets every position right except for quarterback. And as long as they keep having these Jimmy Garoppolo's, Brock Purdy's, they're going to always lose the Super Bowl. You need a difference maker at quarterback to win the Super Bowl. You can't have these like middle of the pack guys going up against a guy like Pat Mahomes and think he's going to win. It's not going to happen. You need a difference maker, a playmaker. So that's the reason why they keep losing the Super Bowls. But what I want to say, I said all that to say is that Dak, I believe in that. But on the other hand of the situation, if Dak were to not get paid in Dallas, life is not over. Listen, we as a Cowboy fan, we will be okay. We will be fine. There are plenty of quarterbacks in the draft. I always hear you ask people, if you don't got Dak, who you gonna get? And they be stumbling and bubbling.
Yeah. That's the one of the thing I said every time there. I said, who do you want? Who do you want? That's available. There's an open for you. And I get it. My guy Swayze, he's on the Shedeur. So I like Shedeur, but that's just me sitting there saying that I got a shot at Beyonce if she walked by, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not even saying that Shedeur is Beyonce, but it's not an open option available for people if they're not in the proximity and if they're not in the area where you need to be at, or where you're supposed to be at. So that was just an analogy, by the way, but shout out to Beyonce. But you get what I'm saying, though, right, fam?
I get it.
Yeah.
You're saying that we're, in your words, we're not going to suck enough in order to get one of those top-end quarterbacks. But what I'm saying is, too, is like when it's almost like, okay, if you see a quarterback that you like, and this is when you would have to, like, trust your draft analysis, which, so me and the Cowboys, we go back and forth about this because, like, some of their picks, I hate them. Like, I truly hate their draft strategies and a lot of these drafts. But like, if you see a quarterback that you like, you go and get him. Don't, like, if you see a guy like a Shedeur Sanders, if you see a guy like a CJ Stroud, like, bro, it's quarterbacks. You find quarterbacks in the draft, and if you don't draft right, keep drafting. It's not that deep. Like, listen, I get that there's a curve, there's a learning curve with this, and I know that it's not easy. But what I'm saying is, life is not over. You draft until you get the quarterback. Yes, there's going to be learning curves, but you don't
But here's the only thing, Darius, and I can get where you're going. But we been down there. We just some people forgot. We've been through the Ryan Leafs. We've been through. Y'all put the names down, man. We can Tony Banks. the Drew Bledsoes of the world. We've been through that road, man. Alex Wright or whatever his name. We've been down that pathway. And the Cowboys, before they got Dak, remember, in their minds, they wanted Paxton Lynch. They wanted a whole bunch of those guys.
This right here.
Go.
This right here is what. And I'm glad you went there. This right here is what I'm talking about.
Go ahead.
When you don't get the Paxton Lynches.
That's what we trying to yell at the Cowboys for, because every decision, when they said it, like, they literally, there's people who have wrote articles and all types of things in my comment box about how Ben DiNucci is better than Dak Prescott, and the Cowboys sought out Ben DiNucci to be Dak Prescott replacement, right? Because he had a strong arm, he had an unorthodox throwing mechanics, but he's a poor man's Tony Romo, and I get all of those people, right? I understand that they wanted to see Dak Prescott gone. But those people that was banging on the table talking about Benjamin Anthony DiNucci will be better than Dak, they're disappeared now. You know, just like the what's the other guy, the Red Rifle that we went and got, and they were saying that I forgot his name.
I know exactly
Andy Dalton. There was people going back and forth saying that Andy Dalton never had these kinds of caliber of weapons, and now that he's here on the Cowboys team, he can read defenses. And Dak Prescott, he don't know how to read nor write. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And when you get Andy Dalton, we gonna go to the Super Bowl. And look, what happened to Andy Dalton? I'm still waiting on Andy Dalton to do something. He's out of the league now, I believe. But keep going.
See, that's what I'm talking about, fam. Don't pick those. That's how you end up like the Jets. The Jets are phenomenal at drafting the wrong quarterback. That's what I'm saying. You have to, be smart when you're drafting your quarterbacks. Don't do dumb shit.
Right.
Like, I can tell you right now the quarterbacks that's going to be A1 phenomenal in this upcoming. I can tell you right now. Now, I can tell you right now. These are the ones who I can tell you. Shador is that dude. I'm telling you right now. I don't have to see him hit one NFL football field to tell you that is going to be that dude. You heard me say it right now. August, whatever day it is, he is going to be that dude.
Right.
The next quarterback, Arch Manning. Before he even make a start at Texas, I am telling you right now, Arch Manning is going to be one of those quarterbacks. Right. So and then another one I can tell you, Caleb Williams is going to be phenomenal. So I said all of that to say, listen, you have to, if Dak were to leave, if the Cowboys were to not pay Dak, life is not over. It's going to be fine.
Wait. But you do understand that Caleb Williams, right, or Jaden Daniel to a degree for all of the Washington fans, in order for us to get to that particular thing, and Caleb Williams already gone, Jaden Daniel's already gone, don't you know how much we would have to suck, to get there? Yeah. And we don't
trade up.
Trade up. The last time we traded up for somebody was Mo Claiborne. We was a DB away.
But traded up on the wrong player.
That's what I'm saying. I don't trust the Cowboys in that department, because unless they give full Will McClay autonomy, I don't trust those boys. No.
I got you. But you 1,000% right. But I did want to just add a little context to that. Like, it's not over with. But I still, by the way, I'm day one that. Like, before he played a snap for the Cowboys, I was showing highlights to people, telling people about that people was talking about Jamil Showers and all this other shit. I'm like, bro, no.
Yeah.
This boy Dak Prescott, this boy is phenomenal. So, like, I'm real life day one that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I also understand that. Listen, bro, life is not over if they don't pay that.
But my only thing is, my only thing is there, before I let you go, is that we don't have the time right now, bro. We don't. Yeah. We don't have the time to say, okay, all right, let's do this. Let's tank this season, right? So that we can get the number one draft. The Cowboys can't operate that way, because even at our worst, throughout all of these years, the 5-11, 5-11, 5-11 campaigns, and it goes back to my storyline. We didn't suck enough to even get Michael Vick, right? Or to get Peyton Manning.
Right.
So that's just where it's at, man. We don't make those type of sacrifice moves here. And we definitely shouldn't do that because you're taking a year off from CeeDee Lamb. You're taking a year off from Micah Parsons. You're taking a year off from Bland, right? And those boys still going to want to get paid, and you tanking for a whole season. That's not going to work, and the Cowboys just don't operate that way. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I'm
just saying draft up to get the guy that you want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't got a quarterback, you don't got shit. So all them other picks you people think about, forget all that. If you scrap your whole draft. If you don't have a quarterback and you need one, trade up.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, trust me. You know what I'm saying? And you got that dude that's available. That's what I would say. But yeah, that's all I want to say.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, bro. That's Darius. And trust me, man, right now, Eastside Harold, he's probably eating his oodles and noodles and laughing right now. He says, shoot, they had Deshaun Watson. That's a blessing for them, too. They had Deshaun Watson. He got hit up with the masseuse thing, shipped him off for – y'all help me out. Did they get some type of draft compensation for Deshaun Watson in that whole situation? I think they did. They sucked enough, right? Or trashy enough to go get CJ. And I truly believe that how the universe and the multiverse work, if Lovie Smith don't win that last game, they would have probably had Bryce Young or whatever, you know. By chance, they got CJ. And we still waiting. Like CJ, I think he's going to be a phenomenal quarterback in the National Football League. But, man, it is really hard to get those certain circumstances or a set of situations. And ain't none of y'all willing to go through what the Texans did in order to get there. And it's not even tangible enough to even know what CJ is going to do in his second year. It looks good right now on paper. And he got the world is at his foot right now. Or is at his feet, I meant to say. Because he got unbelievable. He got a nice coach. I like his mindset. And they got for damn sure a good defense. And they're taking advantages of the fact that quarterback is on a rookie's contract. But what did they get for Deshaun Watson, though, by the way? You know. And JV Boy said y'all better pay attention because now they got film on CJ. But I think that even if they do have film, they still have Tank Dell. They still have Diggs on the outside. They still have a real good serviceable tight end room, and they got 2 running backs. Yeah. We did the exact opposite. We didn't take advantages when they had Dak Prescott on the discount. We didn't take no doggone advantages. They would look, to be fair, they were paying Rico Gathers more money than Dak Prescott at some point. What type of advantages were we taking of, you know what I'm saying, of having Dak on a rookie's contract? Yeah, Joe Mixon. Yeah, shout out to JV Boy. We can literally argue that in the last 28 years, technically, the 2 quarterbacks that come to mind that the Cowboys had on this team that was very good for us all came about by chance. It's not like the Cowboys said, okay, we're drafting Tony Romo. We making our plans to make sure that Tony Romo is the man. They got Tony Romo by chance. And one can argue that it was clearly by chance that we got Dak Prescott. Catching lightning in the bottle for the 3rd time. I don't know if that's going to be even dog near possible. We drafted Charles Tapper before we drafted Dak Prescott, by the way. Let me know where Charles Tapper is at. And I think the world of Trey Lance. But the only problem is, by the end of this year, there's no other contract. And if Trey Lance is as good as people say that he is, tonight, if he can be 25 for 30, 300 yards, and if something strange happened to Dak Prescott, right? If something strange happened to Dak Prescott, not going to mention what I'm talking about, and you get Trey to play out the rest of the season, and if he is finishing the season 12-5, what damn contract you gonna offer him? You think he gonna play for $15 million? He's gonna ask for the market value or the market for what the quarterbacks are. And you still not off the hook for $40 million with Dak Prescott. So regardless, you're gonna pay somewhere north of $60 million next season, regardless. I got Cowboy Roar from the 603, and then we had the 803. But from the 603, you're live on the Nation. Talk to me, man.
Lord, I'm gonna tell you something, man. Our fan base, man, doesn't listen proproperly, man. They don't listen properly.
Yeah.
It's agitating. They act like you can go out here and find a quarterback off the tree in the back of your yard, man. Quarterback is the hardest position to play, man.
It is.
I remember the drought between Aikman and Romo, the quarterback drought. I don't get it, man. These people, they better start appreciating that. And the Joneses, I'm pretty sure every time they think about, we ain't gonna pay that. I'm pretty sure it's refreshed in Jerry and Steven's mind. Didn't we go through a long period between Aikman and Romo? It's hard to find a quarterback that can win in the NFL. That can win.
Right.
You can find a quarterback. You can find a quarterback that can win.
Yeah.
and has the leadership qualities that you're looking for.
Yeah.
So our fan base need to put down the Madden controllers and get real and understand that you're not going to find quarterbacks like that. A quarterback that can win in the league, you're going to find them like that. No.
Yeah. It's gonna be hard to find those boys, man. And when you got a good backup quarterback, it's a situation too. Like we all know that Steve Berline, he was with the Cowboys.
When Steve Berline, really, he said it himself, man. I was coming in to start. Even though he was put in as a backup, he was coming in to start, man.
Coming in to start. Yeah, he couldn't stay here. He was here for a short stay. And, we all know Steve Berline was better than Jason Garrett, but it's how it goes.
Bernie Kosar. I'm pretty sure Bernie Kosar wanted to start when he came in. Rodney Peete wanted to start when he came in. You got Aikman, man.
Yeah, so all of those boys, man. So I get it. You always want competition in the backup situation. But at the end of the day, I see my guy Balls Cowboys Sports in here, and he states that, he expect the Cowboys to play hero ball with Trey. And the best thing that can happen for the Cowboys would be this. And I'm not trying to say that this would happen. The best thing would be happening to make them look like they can walk on water. If Trey come out there and he's 25 for 30, and he throw for 300 yards, 2 or 3 touchdowns in a quarterback run, right? And then you can sell that back to the fan base and say, hey, we can get rid of Dak Prescott right now. Let him walk. He don't have no options. He can go to another team, make them all nice and looking good or what have you. We got our Trey. You know what I'm saying? And then we can use still, if that don't work out, you still have Cooper Rush. That would be the perfect storm for them.
Well, here's the thing with Trey Lance. Trey, I believe he has ability, but he needs more development, more seasoning. And he's not ready. He's not ready. He needs to go back in the oven and just get and bake a little longer. But he's not ready, and the timeline doesn't really match up.
Yeah, the timeline. That's the only problem, man. If we had Trey for like 3 years ago, and he was been working and grooming behind, we would have fell right into the Jordan Love thing.
Right.
Yeah, it would have been like, okay, all right, well, hey, we drafted him in the first round, or he had first round talent. He's been in this system for 3 or 4 years, and people fail to realize now it's a year because he was here early part of 2000. He was early part of 2023 last year, right? Right. So
I mean, it kind of reminds me of when I don't know if you remember when they brought in Brandon Wheaton. And Jerry said, "Oh yeah, he throws a pretty ball, man." And Trey Lance throws a pretty ball. He ain't ready to lead this team, man.
But you know what? Here's the other thing, though. And I remember I just wasn't on YouTube at the time. I wish I was on YouTube and Facebook and stuff. But here's the ultimate thing. There were literally people co-signing because they were so fed up and pissed off at Tony Romo. You got to understand that when we played against the Browns and Brandon Weeden was on that team, they beat us that year. And people were saying, hey, Brandon Weeden, they was giving credit to Brandon and saying that, hey, he's undefeated against the Cowboys. Now that he's on the Cowboys, and I was trying to tell people, no. What you saw out of Brandon Weeden was that particular team beat us. Not Brandon, but so many, even then, that what really inspired me to start doing this. Because people were in the comments under some post saying that Brandon Weeden is a better option than Tony Romo.
Yeah.
Because they hated the fact what Tony Romo was doing here. You know, that's a whole other conversation.
I appreciate every play that Dak plays. I want to go to the Super Bowl, but I remember I go all the way back to when Gary Hogaboom.
Oh wow!
I go all the way back.
You go way back there.
Yeah, I go all the way back to Gary, and when they transitioned from Roger Staubach to Danny White.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Oh, Gary Hogaboom. Oh my God! I just used to just bury my head, man.
Yeah.
We better appreciate Dak, man, because you don't, when he's gone, man, and you might be sad for a long, long time before you find a quarterback with all the qualities that you're looking for to lead the Dallas Cowboys.
No doubt, man. You on the money with it, bro. Appreciate you for calling in.
All right, bro.
Yes, indeed. That's Cowboys Roy. It is flat out hard, ladies and gentlemen, to find that quarterback that can get you over the hump. And I get it. Even when you over the hump, you still got to go beyond that. And that's postseason, right? Over the hump. See, we in an era whereas, okay, we think that it's going to the postseason every year. It's a normal thing. No, it's not. The New Orleans Saints had Drew Brees, that most of you guys feel that he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. They always had weapons on the outside. They always had some shape, form, or fashion run game. Even with that particular quarterback. When did they win the Super Bowl? It was like 07, something like that, 08. They had to fight to win that one. It wasn't easy. But on the tail end of the Saints, as long as they had Drew Brees somewhere, shape, form, or fashion on that roster, they made it to the postseason. They made it to the playoffs. Now look at the Saints. They are still looking for their Drew Brees. And for a third of the Cowboy fan base, I'm old enough to remember everybody, mama, uncle, cousin was saying that Derek Carr is better than Dak. And for some strange reason, he can't take that team to the postseason. Upon which Drew Brees was doing it year in and year out, even if you have to quantify the 79 years. Throw the whole Carr family away. Yeah, this is how it goes, man. Let's pull up my guy from the 803. Then we had the 828. But the 803, Coach Marv, you in the building. Talk to us.
What's going on, Law, man? Hey, man.
Mm-hmm. No doubt.
Interesting conversation here, man.
Yeah.
Interesting conversation. I think it's so interesting, man, that it's just that the Joneses have created an atmosphere that they can hide behind one player,
right?
And whatever decisions they make will never be scrutinized to the point of saying they're not doing the things that they need to do to win.
Mm-hmm.
And they have created an atmosphere where the coaches can hide behind one player.
Facts.
They have created an atmosphere that you have players on the team can hide behind one player.
Mm.
And when people talk about this, they talk about what playoff games that Dak won. What is Dak's record in the playoffs?
Right.
And if you look at any championship team, there's multiple units and players that have come through to win championships or help a team win championships. I remember Troy Aikman that had a concussion going into the Super Bowl, and he was really off in the second Super Bowl, playing horribly. If it wasn't for Emmitt Smith, they would have not won the Super Bowl. I remember a defense that won the first Super Bowl we had that got 9 turnovers. But in a Super Bowl run, is not taken away from Troy Aikman.
Right.
In a Super Bowl run, there's who else on the Cowboys that we have said in the last 8 years is going to step up and win the game.
Come on with it.
What other unit? What other special teams or a defense or a wide receiver or a linebacker or a running back? Who have we put the whole emphasis of winning the game on other than Dak Prescott? I watched the team, and everybody want to talk about Patrick Mahomes. But I watched Patrick Mahomes win an AFC championship game on the road and didn't score a point in the whole second half. Did you understand it?
Yeah.
He didn't score a point in the second half, but they won the game. So this is where I say when we start to talk about quarterbacks and everything. I'll tell you right quick, Law. I had an interesting conversation with a guy that's a big time Kansas City Chiefs fan.
Yeah.
And you know what he told me? He said, "Listen, man." He said, "Man, we should have had more championships." He said, "But in the Super Bowl against Tampa Bay," he said that the coach and Mahomes got so tired, they got wrapped up in saying he wanted to beat Tom Brady. And they threw the ball 50 times in that game to score 0 touchdowns. And in since that time, in these 2 back-to-back Super Bowls, the coach and Mahomes have taken the emphasis off that I don't have to be the best quarterback on the field. I don't have to have the best stat in the game. Let the quarterback for the Eagles have the better stat. But we're going to do the things we need to do to win the game. So if we concentrate as a Cowboy Nation on what we need to do as a team to win, it makes no difference. And I think Dak should get paid. But having the highest paid quarterback, the highest paid wide receiver, the highest paid linebacker, does not equate to championship.
Get it, yo.
What equates to the championship is the sum of the parts, and we get off this individual tip and say, hey, man, what are other teams doing to win championships? And let's get rid of the soap opera atmosphere and stop hiding behind Dak Prescott. I've said this before. Dak Prescott should get $100 million a year because everybody in this organization, and even the fans, even the Cowboy fans, we hide behind Dak Prescott because if we can say, yeah, I don't like Dak Prescott, we feel like we're going to stop people from talking trash to us when our team don't win. Everybody hiding behind Dak Prescott.
Come on with it.
Everybody's hiding behind Dak Prescott. So what's going to happen when the next guy steps in behind that quarterback? We're going to hide behind him? Everybody loves Tony Romo, but we destroyed Tony Romo when he was quarterback.
Right.
You can't win with Ono.
Yeah.
We don't see the same stuff happening. Stop hiding behind the quarterback. The greatest team sport in the history of sports. It takes all the guys to do the job. Who else is going to win a championship for us other than that?
Man.
Salute, Law.
Appreciate you, Coach Marv. Man, that's Coach Marv, man. Put your hands together for Coach Marv, man. I mean, off the top ropes. People fail to realize that it's the same storyline that's just being recycled, right? And a piece of that, Coach was sparing me a little bit on his conversation, because he could have just threw in coaching, right? Because at the end of the day, the Cowboys does a great job of winning everybody over, right? They using this coaching thing, whereas that's a play in the book for them that they can always spend, because it would change the temperature if all of a sudden you hear breaking news the Cowboys are firing, another coach and bringing in this situation. But I think that collectively that most people understand the game on how this is all being ciphered through, It takes a team to win. It takes one team to win. Not multiple teams. You got to be on the same page, and the Cowboys been afraid to do that. Of all being on the same page. I was looking at some things while he was talking and going through his beautiful soliloquy there. And I was looking at, the contracts on the multiple years thing, and it just hit me, for what position groups that we paying. And that number's about to go higher. We paying $63 million for the quarterback room, $8 million for wide receiver room. Running back room, $38 million for wide receiver room, $6.7 million for the tight end room, $42 million for the offensive line, and $45 million for the D line. That's a lot of millions of dollars. Don't matter where you paying a team in their particular groups. It's about the results that you are paying what you're paying for. And we got to get the results, ladies and gentlemen. Those numbers on paying folks, that's where the NFL been watered down at. Because so many people are worried about who getting paid what. But can we get the job done? I got Double R says nothing but the best. Salute, Law and Cowboy Nation. Appreciate you, bro. Let's pull up this another caller from the 828, and then we had the 408. 828, you're live on the Nation, brought to you by Prize Picks. You in the mix. Talk to me.
What's going on, Law Nation? It's your man, the Angry Cowboys fan.
Angry Cowboy fan. This is a new number, huh? Well.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to get on the little Google Voice thing. So yeah, we got a new number.
All right, I'm gonna lock you in. What's going on, fam?
Right, I appreciate you, man. But one thing I need from Cowboys Nation, there's some of Cowboys Nation that actually does this. There's others that live in a delusional state. But
Facts.
When is Cowboys Nation going to pull off this Band-Aid when it comes to Trey Lance? When are we going to stop being politically correct and say that the Jones family's experiment didn't work? We got Trey Lance, what was it, back August 26, 2023.
2023.
It's been almost a year since, been almost a year since this man has been in that quarterback room doing the work, trying to get the footwork. But we saw what happened in the Rams game. He doesn't have the quarterback IQ of even a backup quarterback. And I just got this feeling in my stomach that Jerry Jones is going to supersede what Mike McCarthy says, what anybody says about Trey Lance, and just place him in that QB2 position without beating out Cooper Rush for it. But what do you think about that?
I think that, you're right on the money with it. We're paying, like I say, I'm going to go back to this money thing. And you're right with it. Let me stroll back up. Because when you look at it from this aspect, those who get paid, they get to play. At the end of the day, I'm paying Trey $5.3 million. I need to get my money that I'm paying him for out there on the field. So therefore, I need to make my money back. I need these 19 jerseys selling. I need for him to make some highlight plays. And he foreseeable got to be my number 2. Whether it's a round peg that's going to be forced in this square hole or a square peg that's going to be forced in a round hole. I'm getting that peg and I'm getting it in the hole. That's what's going to happen. For example, when you see Ezekiel Elliott, he's the highest paid running back on his team. As of right now, guess what? I'm going to make sure that Zeke is out there on the field. I'm not beating up Zeke, but he's going to be the all-starter, right? CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, Jalen Tolbert, those are your 3 highest paid wide receivers. So you already know that Tolbert is going to get the fair share of, hey, he's going to get the responsibility to play because he's the highest paid, right? And I stroll a little bit down further, and I know people, I hope your guys can see this. But Luke Schoonmaker is your highest paid, Angry Cowboy fan, tight end. So I need to see him out there on the field. I need to see him getting his work in. We paying him $1.4 million. I need to see them dollars shake. So Alex Hollier, Princeton Fant, John Stevens, you guys can be on the back end. But I got to make sure that my money is getting paid and playing. So that's how the Cowboys operate, and it won't be a shocking decision on who's going to be your number 2 quarterback because nobody want to fall on the sword and say, hey, I'm wrong about this, right? It's got to be, I'm wrong, but I'm going to show you that I'm right until I force you to see that I'm right. And that's what's going to happen, bro.
Right. Right. And as far as the whole Dak Prescott thing, I think that this signing, it's inevitable just for the simple fact, like, they haven't signed CeeDee Lamb as well. And my take on it is that if you want CeeDee Lamb, you want to maximize his production, you want to maximize the production of all your key players on the offensive side of the ball, why not sign Dak Prescott? Why would you sign somebody that's unproven, somebody that can't get the max out of your wide receivers?
Yeah. well, look, the only way that you can play this out, Angry Cowboy fan, is that if you're the Jones family, and if you are some of the few that can't stand Dak Prescott, unfortunately, in order for this to work, before you pay Dak Prescott, you got to have Trey Lance out there, and you got to hope that Dak Prescott is not available for a stretch of games, and you can sell the ideology that Trey can be your savior. There's no way, that no shape, form, or rhyme or reasons, or why would you have 3 quarterbacks on your team if you're not expecting one to get hurt.
Right.
I want to say some more things, but I don't want to put that in the atmosphere. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh yeah, I think we knocking on wood over here.
Yeah. But that's the only way that they would look like geniuses right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way.
But I'm gonna go ahead and get off here. Salute. Thank you for everything that you do. Thank you for everything that the Cowboys content creators do out there for us. We truly appreciate you. The GOAT, Law Nation. Salute, man.
No. Before you go, let people know where they can find and follow you, though. You know, where they can see your content and your amazing things that you're doing.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. You can find me at the Angry Cowboy Fan YouTube channel where we spitting that classic cowboy conversation. So go on ahead, over there. If you ain't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe for me.
Yes, indeed. And hey, you got my tweet DM, right? Or XApp DM, right?
Oh no, I didn't. No.
Well, hold on. This your number I can call you at, right? Because what I want to do, I want to set a podcast with you. Let me get this. Hold on. Let me screen grab your number right quick. Hold on. I was looking for my pen. I can't find it. Give me 1 second. I would say give me your number, but you know everybody, mama, uncle, cousin will be calling you. Hold on. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm gonna hit you up, man, and we're gonna definitely rap and get at least a show in or something, you know, for the nation. I got you. Appreciate you.
I truly appreciate that.
No doubt.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. It's a good call from my guy, Angry Cowboy Fan. All right, so that's the only way this thing can work. If those set of circumstances were to happen. That's the only way. Raheem O'Neal says he's going to request a trade if Trey is his quarterback. You talking about like if somehow, based upon this second preseason game against the Raiders, and the Cowboys make this type of news of, you know what? Well, starting off, the Dallas Cowboys are now heading into the 2024 season as Trey Lance is your starting quarterback. Dak Prescott would be the backup in this situation, and they're going to let Cooper Rush walk in this too. I can't even finish the rest of it. Then, yeah, Dak Prescott can say, hey, I'm requesting a trade. And there's been situations like that before, but there's no sweat action from Trey to Dak to even give that longitude and latitude, right? There's no possibility of that happening. A lot of people say, hell no. Yeah, to the no. But, and it's not to beat up Trey. It's just the fact that you got 3 quarterbacks with no foreseeable future of contracts with this team for the 2025 season. Yeah. All right, so now I have from the 408, you're live on the Nation. Talk to us.
What's good, my boy? It's Steph. Attitude Era Sports.
What's up, Steph?
How you doing, my brother?
Man, I'm doing good, man. How about you, bro?
Yeah. You sound a little tense, my brother. You like these topics, they're getting you worked up.
Nah, this definitely not getting me worked up. This is how I talk, though. Why would I? Yeah. When look, I'm going to give y'all this, whether we win, lose, happy or sad. You know, I'm gonna try to give y'all the best energy possible. But what you got? What you got for me, Steph?
Hey, look. Everybody, look. Okay, I ain't trying to say Trey Lance is better than Dak Prescott.
Right.
I told you that right now. Lightning would strike me. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't be here no more.
Nah.
But, like you said, you know, you look at things. I look at things from a positive perspective. We don't know what's really going on behind doors between Dak and Jerry Jones. And I'll tell you why. When Dak Prescott was a rookie and he was on his rookie contract,
right?
You know, he was getting paid like $600,000 a year or less.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't come and bring talent in to help him out. You know, he was working with a Cole Beasley. You got one talent, and you got a rookie running back, good O-line, and he had one solid wide receiver, right? The years after that, in 2017, they had the opportunity to bring talent in to help out Dak Prescott.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, where am I going with all this? The front office, in my eyes, has never believed in Dak Prescott. And the only reason why they paid him is because they folded. They got their backs against the wall, and they folded. They folded with Zeke. Matter of fact, they paid Zeke before they paid Dak.
Yeah, they paid La'el Collins. They paid Jalen Smith. They paid a whole bunch of folks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they didn't pay the most important position on a quarterback that over the years was getting better.
Yeah.
Right. So my take on things, I think, you know, there's always two sides to a story. There's not always just
before you, Steph, before you go into that conversation. A couple years back, me and Boss Cowboys Sports, we were at the practice facility. We got a chance to talk to Dak Prescott's father. And with teary eyes, he looked us in our face, and he said, they betted against my son. They betted against my son.
And they still betting against
And they still, it's the same thing. So if he can get emotional that way, and Dak Prescott got the unbelievable skill set to not get super ultra emotional, you know. But when they got rid of his boy, his homie last year, and brought in Trey Lance, I want y'all to go back and listen to what he said. He said, you don't know what to expect around here. He was pissed off because we all know that, you know, his boy Will Greer was really good in preseason last year. He was really good even at Oxnard in training camp, to the degree that a lot of people were thinking that even he would have been able to I guess, position himself in front of Cooper Rush. So even to that degree, why would you create more and more chaos to bring in somebody that the 49ers got rid of so that their particular quarterback over there could be freely of thinking, so he won't have to look over his shoulder. He had his elbow reconstructed and all of this stuff so that he can get his mindset together. So, but go ahead, bro.
No, you're right. And what I'm saying is there's always two sides to a story, right?
Facts.
You got to think about it this way. Dak is in a position now where he's like, you know what? I don't owe y'all nothing. I don't owe y'all nothing. I don't got to take a pay cut if I don't want a pay cut. I ain't trying to reconstruct my contract to help out the team. He's gonna look out for himself. He got a family now. He's looking out for the generational wealth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know what? He's not gonna get the generational wealth from Jerry Jones. He's not. Jerry Jones has already brought in a kid, and I know, and we're gonna over here and we're gonna bleep on Trey Lance and look at Trey Lance like the op when he's really still a Cowboy. So I'm gonna support that Trey Lance. He's with us. You know what I'm saying? Trey Lance is only 24 years old, right?
Yeah, young.
Got no experience in high school, no experience in college. The way I see it is that whatever experience he's getting in the NFL. He's 24 years old, the same age as Baker Mayfield when he entered, the same age as and Baker Mayfield still playing.
Yeah, Bo Nix, Michael Penix.
Michael Penix. You know, Caleb Williams is 23, so they ain't that far apart in age. You know, where am I getting with this? I ain't saying Trey's the answer, but I do feel that if, let's say tonight, let's say Trey balls out, he has a good game.
Yeah.
Trey Lance has, and people can say whatever they want, he's got leverage over Cooper Rush. They're gonna Trey Lance over Cooper Rush, and it makes and you know what? It's because they have an ROI they're trying to get back from Trey Lance, whether it's trade value or whether it's you know what I mean, whether it's trade value or just you know, taking over the position if Dak does walk. I don't think that Trey's the end. I don't think Trey honestly needs about 2-3 more years, brother. Like he needs a lot of work. He needs a lot of reps, and you don't get all those reps in the preseason. You don't, not enough time.
Yeah.
So, do I think it's possible? Yeah, you got Jordan Love. Jordan Love sat for his entire rookie contract.
Yeah.
You know, then he plays a couple of good games towards the end of the season, smokes the Dallas Cowboys, and gets one of the biggest contracts in history.
Yeah.
So, all things is possible. Like, it's the NFL, bro. A lot of work things happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know what I'm trying to say is, I feel like right now it's like in the Cowboys community, it's a Trey versus Dak, and that's what it's become now. And you know what? Who knows? Maybe Dak don't want is negotiating, but putting negotiation so far into his where he's got so much leverage, and making it maybe a little difficult for Jerry, because Jerry got to pay. He got to pay CeeDee.
Right.
And I'm not gonna hold on.
It processes.
Before I even name the three-headed monster, CeeDee, Micah, and they're not gonna get paid, you know, big money. They're gonna get paid top money, top of the market money. And then you got Tyler Smith, who's gonna get top of the market guard money, and then you're gonna get Deron Bland later on, who's gonna get top of the market corner money. So really, I can see where they have to figure this out. And the reason why it's a problem is because they wait too damn long, and they wait till it becomes a problem.
Right.
Now they're in a situation where Dak can say, "Look, I mean, Dak's gonna get paid $55 million next year, regardless. Bro.
Regardless,
$40 million next year, and he's gonna go get $60 million from the Raiders or from the Giants.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's still gonna get his money, bro. He's chilling. You can even see it in the press conference. He's vibing. Like there's no stress. There's no corporate talk the way he used to usually talk. You know, very corporate. Now he's more like just being himself. He's like, you know what? It is what it is. Maybe we'll get the best result from him being this way. And then going back to the playoffs, you know, and not having success in the playoffs, you know, you can't put that on one dude.
Right.
The only game I can tell you was the San Francisco game where he just looked like he was lost. Yeah. No, Tony Pollard goes down. You got Tony Pollard in that game. You know, it's a different ball game. Tony Pollard was tearing it up.
Yeah.
You know, the Niners game the year
before that,
they came into our house. They beat us up. Like we had no shot. Like they kicked our ass. We drove like 20 penalties, 21 penalties.
Yeah.
Like we did not go into play. And you know what? That does not fall on the quarterback. That falls on the coach. And better yet, that falls on the top of the pinnacle, the top where it starts. Because it's just too much of a coincidence that not just from the Dak era, but from even from the Tony Romo era, it was the same.
The fish rots from the head down, and the problem is that these games are, you know, football. They say football is a game of inches for a reason, right? So you can need one or two players to get you over the hump. I'm quite sure the Cowboys needed Charles Haley, right, to get them over the hump. And at the at least end of 95, we needed Deion Sanders to get us over the hump. And what I'm saying is that you can hold on to things so long and think that your philosophy will work, but it don't, because you need that one or two players. Do Troy Aikman ultimately needed Charles Haley? Yeah. Those on defense. Yeah. You know, he ultimately needed Deion. That's on defense. Yeah. So what I'm saying is the Cowboys, I get it. I understand the Trey Lance thing. Like you said, it lamented. That's why I brought up the fact that on the final word that Trey Lance is your IG model. He's eye candy.
Yep.
And just like you, but the only problem is you don't have the money nor the time to invest in that. I remember, look, let me pull up this. I remember Drosky, right? Remember Drosky? The dude that's a comedian. He was dating this IG, Drewski, that's how you say his name, Drewski. He was dating his IG model. He was dating his IG model, right? Ruby Rose, right? And he was saying, oh, man, it's beautiful. The moment looked great. She's beautiful. But what do she brings to the table? Can she fix him an egg? Can she fix him a night sandwich? You know, but hey, we all know that tangibly. She's a beautiful lady. But at that point, he said to himself, I can't afford her spending habits. I can't afford her because he didn't have the time nor the length of years, right? Now, if he was in his 40s and 50s, maybe he could say, hey, this is young tenderoni squeeze. I got money that only, I got enough money that people in the chat can't count. Yeah, I would invest in that. But the Cowboys don't have that for the foreseeable with Trey. So what they're going to have to do is at least come hat in hand if Trey is willing to take a discount, if he's willing to take a discount and say, hey, we got this 3 or 4 year deal that's on the table, bro, and we will sign you up for this while we working when you can work under Dak Prescott for another 3 or 4 years because we finna sign Dak Prescott. That would be the only way. Or
that's the only way.
Or you can say, hey, we're going to let Dak Prescott go, and we're gonna give you the opportunity, and we're just gonna go through the growing pains all over again. I don't think that will happen, bro.
Nah, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work that way. Jerry Jones is like in his last years, brother. He ain't got. He want to see at least one NFC championship Super Bowl. He want to get there. You know, so he don't got a lot of time. So what is the best? What is the second option? I don't think Trey Lance really is an option. I want the kid to succeed. More the fact that, you know, just to see a person succeed, just because that's just the way I am. You know, he can go play for the Raiders tonight. He might even showcase for them because they don't got a quarterback. You know what I mean? So, and the Vikings have got a quarterback. They just signed the quarterback from the Panthers, but he ain't like that. So it's Trey's time tonight to showcase himself, not just as a Dallas Cowboy, but to continue playing in the NFL. And man, and then, you know, and all, let's say worst comes to worst, we have a season where Dak walks, bro. We have to draft a quarterback in the first round. Like that's it. And you know what? And we might have to do the Niners way. Draft a rookie quarterback and then load up, which I don't think we're gonna do because that's not how we do things.
How we do things.
Loading the clip is the only way I can see that where you have such amount of talent that can mask for the lack of quarterback play. Now, take that. Then you got to change the entire scheme and all that. You got to kind of tear it all apart. If you really don't want to go through that headache, sign Dak. You know what I mean? Make it happen.
Make it happen, man. That was a good call from you, Steph. So all I can say is, man, hey, Cowboy Nation, stand tall or not at all. Hey, it's what it is.
Real quick,
Talk to me.
I want to say something just to the audience, people who are listening, man. I see there's a lot of negativity out in this world. There's a lot of political division. There's a lot of hate. You know what I mean? And I just want to tell everybody who is listening, tuning in, you know, love your neighbor, love each other, love your family, and keep God in your heart always.
No doubt, man. Keep God in your heart, y'all. Appreciate you, Steph, man. Thank you for calling in. Yes, indeed. So overall, collectively, and as y'all take a peek at Ruby Rose, and I'm not throwing no shots or darts at Ruby, but what I'm saying is, what else would she be able to bring to the table is what a guy had to ultimately think of. And we just didn't have that as an option for us. Now, out of Trey, we don't have that option, unfortunately. Now, granted, here's what I'm going to say here, though. If Trey is like maybe 2 or 3 years away, he's still 24, right? and maybe you can teach him to do a few things, and he can get the grasp of the concepts. And we can be sitting back with eggs on our faces saying, damn, we could have just kept him since we had him here, right? But that option won't be available to year 2027, 2028. Who's going to wait on that? I'm just saying, baby. So you're going to have to still spend the money. My only thing is, Cowboy Nation, let's get these deals done. Let's not fall into the traps. Like I said earlier, even with Dak Prescott, the options will always be available. We are old enough to remember Kirk Cousins snapped up his leg and still getting money. And now the Vikings are looking like big fools right now. They paid their quarterback. They paid their wide receiver with no damn quarterback. Them jokers got light bills. They paid the light bill, but hey, the mortgage is finna foreclose on their house, but they got the lights rolling. So what you gonna tell the electric company? Can I get it transferred? I paid the water up too. Can I get that transferred? I can't get in the house, man, but I got the lights on, man. Can somebody go turn that upstairs light off? I'm not in there. The house is... Hey, can y'all give me a little grace on this, man? And I can't wait. I'm not wishing for any downfall on my guy, Jay Jetta. I'm not. But I can't wait to see what those numbers going to look like.
Please come home.
What we got, baby?
I got beans and
bologna. They got Sam Donald, baby. Sam out here. Oh my gosh, that's the future y'all want. Let's see. Now, if Sam Donald goes out there and ball, I'm talking about balling. I'll eat some of those words. If he go out there and he's balling, and Jay Jetta don't look like he missed a step or a beat, and he's still putting up crazy numbers, hey, y'all come back and crucify me. You know, y'all can roast law on that particular topic, but I'm telling you.
Please come home.
What else we got?
I got beans and bologna.
And I'm going to tell y'all something about them, even the IG models. Yeah. You know, even with them, they ain't coming home for this.
Please come home. I got beans and bologna.
She ain't coming home for no beans and bologna. You gonna have to bring some more than beans and bologna. Y'all better get y'all down to earth thing going on. You get the best scrambled eggs and doggone. I'm about to say something else. You get the best grits and all of that good stuff, man. Put a little cheese in my grits though. You know, make it Southern style. You know, yeah. I want my onions smothered and everything. I want it. Yeah. Let me get all of that stuff. Yeah. Let me get some other good stuff on the side, you know. But but y'all get where I'm coming from. Appreciate everybody for calling in and being part of these type of episodes. If I brought any value to you today, and if I brought any substance that you can realize and use down the line, use it, you know. But what I'm saying is the Cowboys are in a weird spot. The only spot that they created themselves, and they created this spot definitely for themselves, because nobody told them to wait till the last minute, and nobody told them, hey, she fine, she good, yeah, but the problem is she can't cook. Can she clean? I don't know if she can clean or not, but you got to take my word for it, man. With a little training, a little bit of motivation, you know, maybe we can get them grits to not be running, you know. Maybe we can get this chicken seasoned a little bit. I heard that They got these air fryers, and if they watch these tutorials, maybe that can work, you know. But at the end of the day, we are not taking that as face value now. We are saying that, hey, them grits, how you going to burn the grits? Why they sticking to the pan? And why are you putting celery in the damn spaghetti meat? What's going on, girl? Hey, wait a minute, that don't go there, you know? And why my gravy light skin on these potatoes? Now, when I want white gravy, I tell you, but this supposed to be dark gravy. Why is it light skin? Huh? Why does cornbread look like the Yellow Pages? Come on, baby. Come on, baby. We need more time. Well, we don't have more time. We don't have more time, ladies and gentlemen. The time is now. We are the only team that went 12-5, 12-5, and 12-5. And we talking about the damn backup quarterback. Can they be the future? No team in the NFL went 12-5, 12-5, 12-5, and they still talking about, is the quarterback, is he worthy? What about the backups? You know, what about if the quarterback goes down? Newsflash. That's all of the teams. Right? That's every team in the National Football League. And we spending too much money in that backup department. I would rather have another running back. Don't you think we would have been better off? What's the guy name that played for the Ravens now? Derrick Henry. Will we be better off paying that money to that resource, to that spot of the field? Wouldn't this team look better with Dak, Rush, and Derrick Henry? Wouldn't this team look better with another wide receiver? If we flex it that way. It's crazy, ladies and gentlemen. But some people will spend all of their money for the shine and the fame. But what are the substance? I come here to tell you, the substance is too much on the shine, too much on the fame, but not on the real sources that could help. But ladies and gentlemen, we rooting for everybody that plays with the silver and blue tonight. We hope that everybody can stay healthy. Shout out to you, the angry Cowboy fan. Shout out to Coach Mark. Shout out to all of the callers that called in. And shout out to the other 50 million callers that was in the queue. We really appreciate you. Leon Ware, thank you so much for your support. A prize fighter, even when he's down, he continued to swing. That's what we got to do tonight. Cowboys versus the Raiders. Let these boys stand tall. Let us see some good stuff so that whatever plan that the Cowboys have, that it can be beneficial for us and our psyche and our mental mindset. But appreciate everybody, man, for tuning in. If there's one thing a man should always do, is mainly to himself stay true. Never allow someone to change your point of view unless what they bring or mean makes sense to you. Never judge a man by sight alone, nor by the height he has grown. And when speaking, keep it at a moderate tone, because raised voices turn those hearts into stone. You see, in the beginning, it was how about them Cowboys? The morals of life, live, love, and respect for another. Then there are those who will try to be smart. They would take the decent man to alter his heart, to seek to rip him apart. Those, man, you should never call a friend or a fan, because they bend the lies around the truth to meet their end. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And shout out to the 702 and the 812. Appreciate y'all. Thank all of you guys. Come on with it.
Please come home.
What we got, baby?
I got beans and bologna.
Come on with it, baby. And let's get on up out of here. If we offended anyone, charge it to my head, not my heart. Well, I'll see y'all on another episode today.
What more do you want? want from me.
Sharing is caring. Share it all the way. Sharing is caring. 702. Put down where y'all from. I love to know that, baby. Come on.
I've been really in the field, run from it.
All the same, baby. And roll those credits. Appreciate you, 901 702 Sin City in the mix. Appreciate you. Hey, 812 502 Cowboys family. Ella, appreciate you. Perry and let's go. Vivica Fox. Apologies, my apologies. Go Cowboys, Vivica. Ruby Rose and Amber Rose, all of the roses. You know. Stella Rose, all of the. Shout out to Stella Rose. So that's a good wine there. Apologies, my apologies if we offended you. She might can cook. She might can throw down. Shoot. Don't hate on the hamburger helper. Shoot, hamburger helper tastes good. 919, shout out to you. Shout out to you, Glenn Capers, J-Rod, Brandy. Call it too legit. 804, baby. Shout out to the 602s. Appreciate you. Shout out to TA.
Kinda check the song. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Come closer than close. Count that too. You have an unnatural allegiance. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah. I just be off the dome.
864 in the house, baby.
Too many foes and clothes. Yeah.
Shout out to Prize Picks. Appreciate everybody, man, for being in the mix. Come on. There may be other people that's out here grinding and working, but y'all already know I'm going to try to give you guys the ultimate work here on Law Nation Sports. Gracia, thank you. Love Roses. Appreciate the 361. Shout out to everybody. Call Dr. Phil, Jerry. Jerry needs some help. I feel you, though. Come on with it. If you didn't hit that like button, share this content, and if you watched all the way up to this point and didn't say a single word, come on with you. Keep this engagement going. I ain't mad at you, though.
I ain't mad at you.
I ain't mad at you.
We were 1-2 brothers of the same kind. Quit the holler at her.
Let me crack your cranium and fertilize your brain.
Until next time.